long last, we're going to hit up Maul East with the warrior. Let's talk to the gremlin. Do you want to play a game, Stinky? Game, are you crazy? You want the key, you'll have to catch me. And there he goes. Okay. Get over here. Time to make some firewood. It's funny that the Night Elves still come to this dungeon to kill everything. Along with Mirrodin. Bunch of hypocritical fucks. How dare you cut down the trees? If anyone other than us does it, it's wrong. We actually have another warrior, but he's not here yet. But I said instead of standing there, we could just go ahead and start. These guys have a huge aggro range. You're not going around them. It's not going to happen. Reduced armor. That's not good. We've actually got an elemental shaman. The rogue is 58. The shaman is 59, but we're fine. Maybe I should have waited for this damn armor reduction to go off. Wow. Minus 4,400. Okay, it's gone. Be careful not to get the giant one with the super aggro range. So we're making up for the lack of trash killing in the last one with the rogue. Slow. Yeah, we're fine. This guy's almost dead. Putting rent on me. Oh, someone aggroed the tree. That's not good. You keep killing the little trees, though. Got it down to one. Damn. Must have a strike, because at one point he just whacks my health. up our shield wall. The healer's out of mana. That'll help keep us alive. Got a shit ton of rage. Inspiration. That procs from the healers when they get a critical hit, if they have the talent. I think all the healers have that talent. At least in their healing tree. It's a matter of them specking for it. Let's see. He's at Dire Maul now, so he's got to be outside. These things are basically just landmines. Oh, there's another tree patrol. I was about to hurl a dynamite over there. Frag out. Should put down the magma one. Oh, there he goes. Instead of just having a bomb that goes off, this one ticks for continuous damage. It's much more mana efficient. See all the trash we cleared while waiting for that guy? This plane just shoot fire at us. I don't know how far over those guys will come. Looks like we're gonna get them. Back here. Damn, I'm rooted. They did not let me build up good threat on these guys. Of course, I'm still Fury, but... probably spec protection after this run. We need to wait for people's mana. I was trying to get the easier dungeons done first. Grinding my reps and shit. Look how far I got Argent Dom into friendly. It's through neutral, which is 3k, and it's 4k through friendly. And I haven't done a single dungeon yet as the warrior. It's just solo and mobs. I haven't turned in any tokens either, because you wait until revered. I also got 3k through neutral on Hydra, and I'm 1150 through friendly. Once we're protection, our grinding will take a nosedive. It gets much better after Classic because they give you the Devastate ability. It's a strike on top of Sunder Armor. But here you just have Shield Slam. Battleground's coming out next week. But my rogue's not going to be done ranking, so I'll probably give him the first crack in there. Let's talk to our gremlin again. I hold the key to lands of free. Chase me and you'll see. Little shit. Get back here with that. My comical dynamite. Chase me if you dare, I run without a care. Bastard. Guy still isn't here yet. Shit. Goddamn aggro range on those things. That's just bad. This patrol's coming too. We cannot afford to get those on top of these. What the? How do we get these little plants? It's all wrong. It's falling apart. Everyone panic. I don't know where these fucking things came from. It's a good time for the other warriors to show up. Killer arrives to save the day. And he actually wanted to tank, so... Now I will switch. Well, squirrel hiding out over here. I don't trust it. He sell for a couple gold. I don't know what spec that guy is, but every other warrior has those valorous spalders. I need to get one of those. Well, I need to get the whole set, but that's the most noticeable piece. Fortunately, they drop from Upper Blackrock Spire, which you would want to go to anyway. That's got your chest, it's got your Blade Master legs if you're not making Devil Sore. It's got your Pain Weaver band ring. What else does it have? It's got like half the shit at 60. It's got your 58 plate wrist with 1% hit on it, a belt with 1% hit. That originally did not have that stat. On the private servers, it did not have that, but on here, some of the items had their stats changed by 1.12 from the original launch of the game, so private servers didn't do that because they were going to do progression or a timeline, and then they didn't bother to stick around to the end. Unarmed, 286. I'm glad I got this fist. It gives me good opportunity to work my unarmed skill up. I'll probably swing it till I tick 300. Then if anyone ever disarms me, I'll just fist them. But those private realms did get to Nax. I mean, I did deep Nax, but most of Naxxramas before the rim fell apart. But I don't think they ever changed the stats of the items. But that actually had the battlegrounds early on. I guess they wanted to reduce grieving out in the world. Whereas Blizzard's like, nah, fuck that, we want the grieving out in the world. But then then they changed their mind. It's like right after putting up ranks, they announced the battlegrounds. So yeah, battlegrounds coming 3 weeks later. They made that announcement quick. But at the rate they're going, this will be done in less than a year. You, of course, can progress at your own rate. I mean, that's what I'm doing. I haven't even entered the rage yet. The guild I'm in, along with probably plenty of other guilds by now, have already done all the content that killed Ragnaros and Onyxia. I haven't entered the rage yet. So, not in a rush by any means. I don't know why people always think they have to rush through it. It's like, yeah, I gotta get there. I'm gonna be behind the crowd. Well, so? Put up our buffs. Having an enterprise of characters, professions, like I built up, can be very lucrative in the long run. I mean, at this point, I'm popping 2 transmutes a day. So it's just 5 gold every day. Which it would be every 2 days, but I have 2 alchemists. Last time around, I had 4. 2 alchemists, 1 tailor, 1 leatherworker. Those are worth more, but their cooldowns are longer. The cloth is 4 days. the leather work. It's 3 days. But I went for alchemy because I like potions. I don't like armor crafting professions in MMOs, where you have to spam a piece of armor 25 times and then hurl it all to the vendor because no one wants it. If you're gonna make an armor profession, you better make enchanting too, that way you can cannibalize all of it. You craft it with one profession and then you disenchant it with the other profession. So you turn around and eat the thing. But I really don't want to do enchanting again in these early games. It's too much of a pain in the ass to skill up. Might be willing to do it again with Wrath, because in Wrath, the enchants actually become tradable, like they should have been from the start. You just put the enchant on a scroll and you can sell it. Well, I don't think you'll reach that gremlin without aggro. Here he comes. I'm gonna talk to him. Still alive, you do surprise. Watch me as I flee. Mark my words, you little shit. We're gonna get you. And it's gonna be gremlin for dinner. Gremlin legs. We don't need that other group. They didn't aggro. They came out of the plant. Bombs away. I set off a bomb. This warrior's strapped. Carrying fucking terrorist dynamite strapped to my chest. It's actually worth 4.5 gold to the vendor. And I want it. It's gremlin hunting time. Step aside, rat. Gremlin ho. Got a whole bunch of goblin cyber charges, dense dynamite up in here. And I got the best ammunition you can get, other than boss drops. There are boss drop ammo that can be better than that, but yeah, good luck getting those, because you're doing a dungeon run just to get like 1 stack of ammunition. So, no. Not even the elitists farm that one, and they do just like, they do every damn thing that they can to have the absolute best fucking item on every slot, and not even they will take the time to farm ammo like that. That's when you know it's just not worth it at all. I mean, these are the people that'll spend 1,500 gold on the damn Edge Master's glove that you don't need at all. Because they'll make our DPS slightly higher. It's like, that's an epic mount and a half towards a second one. But hey, it's your gold. I mean, I had 5k just sitting around in the bank last time I quit. I really should have made another character before I quit. Like, I could have... I was really burnt out at that point, but I regret not sticking around for a bit longer. I could have rolled an Alliance Paladin and banked a whole bunch of this gold. It would have been easy to move that to the Alliance because I could have just went to the neutral auction house, put up a linen cloth for like 1,000 gold and just bought it out. And there you go, it's on the Alliance side. You get ripped by the fee, you'll lose... think you lose several hundred gold on the damn fee because they take a cut, but I mean, I quit and left the gold to rot anyway. Although, technically I gave it all away. Like, it sat there for months. And then I came back months later. I was like, yeah, I'm never playing this again. I got back on and actually sharded out all of my characters and just gave everything away. I handed out a fucking fortune, but the realm was dying. Turn that frown upside down. The realm was already drying up at that point. I told the people that I was giving the stuff to, I was like, yeah, enjoy it while you have it, because this realm is gone. I sharded out a row of characters, handed out probably 6,000 gold in money and materials. But the realm was done at that point. I think that's an expensive one. Let's see. No, apparently not. Or is it Veracity? The one that gives you the +8 stat, that's the one that everyone wants. Need them crits. Put up a shield. Figured there was a stealth guy over there. I was gonna make a Reaper, but with Alteric Valley coming out, it's like, why bother? Just go get yourself a free spear. It's like that's 600 or 700 gold in materials flushed. It's close to an epic mount, gold amount. It's like, why bother? Then there's Devil Sore. That's about up to 200 gold. Maybe it's 175. This is the end of the line, no friend of mine. I'm not gonna hit the button, I'm gonna let him trigger it. Hopefully he'll get aggro off that. I set up the bomb. Get all these guys. I was gonna get Devil Sore. But I'm like, well, the Vice Grip is free. I'll just get the Vice Grip. I'm gonna take that. I'm a warrior with no use of intellect, but it's a recipe. I have cooking. I mean, the alternative is it just being vendored for 50 silver. I haven't seen any tubers, though. They're supposed to be, like, on the ground. I just took it to eat the recipe, though. I'm never gonna actually craft the thing. My only mana class is, Intellect. Like, although technically you can stack cooking buffs with any of the class buffs, so he could get another 10 intellect off that, but anyway, got our key. Go grab the other demons now. Got an elf chick, a water elemental, and then the important one, the guy that's got the hit bow. This would have been a good group for a brute force potion. 18 strength, 18 stamina. You can't stack that stamina with fortitude, but there's no priest in this group. I might need to craft more of those. Although now that I think about it, you can't stack the strength with the earth totem, which we are also getting, so I just wasted my juju, really. How much does that totem give me? 61. I'm at 314. I'm gonna calculate it. Oh, I am getting it. These stack? So apparently you can stack the juju with totem. Wonder if that means you could stack the other potion. Well, he's already got giants. I know those won't stack. I was gonna pop the juju on him, but the juju is 30, whereas the potions are 18 and 25, but the juju only lasts 30 minutes. Potions are an hour. So they are better in the long run. But I've got 3 more stacks of these in the bank, so you cannot sap demon. Nope. They also can't be polymorphed. Demons you can only fear, trap, or banish with a warlock. So warlocks would be very good in here. It's good to know that those stack. I wonder if that means you can stack the agility with the mongoose. But that doesn't really matter because you're always going to have Wind Fury instead anyway. The agility totem and the Wind Fury both take up the air slot. So he has to pick one or the other. He's not going to take the agility over Wind Fury when there's melee in the party. Don't want that. Don't even roll on it. Not a mana using class, take it. Grom's blood just sitting over there. Where's the stealth demon? got some cat potions, but I made those a long time ago when I was skill building. Ah, there she is. Less Tendrous. An even bigger gremlin. Hemgib. How come ours don't get that big? Make a warlock. Too bad warlocks didn't get a wrath buff like the hunters. You'd think there'd be a demon ability that would frenzy the demon and make him bigger, but no, they gave that to the hunter instead. They gave hunters just about everything in this game, and they didn't give warlocks shit. Warlocks get that. It's just dumb how much better hunters have it in this game. Well, there's a nice hat that we wouldn't have minded on my rogue, which drops now from my warrior. But he's got the Unforgiven mask. He's fine. Erg. These quests are done. This is actually in Dire Maul West. I can get to the library now. I might run over there and do that. I'm already going to be near the dungeon, so I could just run in there to get that out of my quest log. I still don't have the Dire Maul book with this character, because the Codex of Defense, which is the warrior Dire Maul book, is never in the auction house. I actually bought the mage one. I found it cheap one day and picked it up. So we've got this. I just have to turn it in. Warrior 1 Codex of Defense. But I might have to do some new experimentation with buff stacking. Because things were a certain way and it might not be that way again here. See, each version of the game, things change. You have the classic from 2005 and 6, which is long gone. And no one is quite sure how it was, because we don't have a time machine. The game wasn't preserved. They just wrote over it with each expansion. So everyone's just guessing as to how the game used to be. It's like being a historian. Like you can't go back in time 100 years and see how something was. You're just guessing. Which in recent years we have recordings. But even people could be wrong. God, I still have this axe on me that I need to sell. I'm actually gonna let that go now. His fist is 55. We needed a magma totem up in here. Unless these things are immune to fire. He's probably gonna bounce me, but I do have intercept. Stamina reduced. Boing, boing. It's a very bouncy pool. Leather, spell damage. Oh, we're losing 400 health off this shit. My shield is like the worst. We need a better shield. A damn green close to 60 would be better than that. Plenty of dungeons at 60 have a shield. It's just a matter of getting one. The best ones in Upper Blackrock Spire. There are shields in other areas that we could use. Like literally anything at 60 would upgrade from this. I think this was a quest reward in Ungoro Crater. Shizzle's Drizzle Blocker. The goblin. One of the goblins out there. This character has not had the best of luck with shields. The warrior's got an axe at Deep Woods. Yep. I would have liked to have bought one of those, but they're ridiculously overpriced in this run. Last time around, an axe at Deep Woods went for 15 gold. I mean, it was almost nothing in the auction house. No one cared about that thing. So naturally, I picked one up. The Crow Blade was 150. Here, these things are just stupidly overpriced. The Crow Blade is like 350 gold. And I think the axe is the same. 300 to 400 gold. Like, yeah, I'm not paying that. Pay all this money for shit you don't need. It's like, what I do need is epic mounts. .290 fist skill. Level 58. It's finally up there. What shield is that? Arch Defender. That's actually a quest reward. Yeah, I could use that. That's a nice proc. Increase your block chance by 50% for 10 seconds. That's from a quest I haven't gotten to yet. I'm gonna look it up. Because I don't remember what it comes from. Let's see. The Argent Hold. Well, that's just a turn in. What was it on before that? There's actually a nice sword on that as well. But I'm obviously not going to pick the sword. A rogue will get the sword. staff on there too. Good reward for everyone on that quest. But what does it come from? Above and beyond. Truth comes crashing down. It's after the activist. Okay. I've actually got the activist on every character. But I haven't gone to Strat Scarlet side yet to do it. So this quest here will keep going. It will go to Above and Beyond, which wants you to kill Baron Rivendell, which is actually on the undead side. It looks like the thing to do is to do the Scarlet side twice, because this quest and the next one sends you right back in there. And then after that, the third step sends you to go kill Baron Rivendell. But you're going to do all these dungeons repeatedly anyway. I mean, you will run both of these dozens of times. If not for gear, then for rep or money. So, clever hat. Okay, we can wrap this up now. Let's wait here. I was planning to do the Scarlet side first anyway. Damn Damon. So many more things they could have done with this game, but they had to rush out Burning Crusade instead. They were planning to give all classes epic quests at 60, but they only ended up giving it to 4. They were planning to do better class balances, which got pushed back. It's like everything got pushed back into Crusade because they didn't want to wait on releasing the expansion. So now you're playing a game that isn't going to get the changes that it would have gotten if you don't go up to Burning Crusade. It's definitely not the best of the game. But make no mistake, I'm only here because Crusade and Wrath are not an option. As soon as those come out, I will move on the first day. Presumably, they'll do Crusade first. I just assumed the Rogue was going to take care of that. Someone's got to talk to the tree. That's not good. He tried to get me. He's going for it. He's not going to make it back. He's on the other side. These Trents, they run stupidly fast. They don't look that fast, but it's because they're so much taller than you, but compared to you, Alright, what are we waiting for? I guess he decided to just try and cut through instead of coming back. We need to mosey on up there. Now that we've got our crescent key, we can look at doing west and north. I might go for west first. Which my mage has already done a west run, but it wasn't recorded. Although there is a reason to do north first, because there's a quest in north that sends you to west. Then you have to do north again to turn it in. It's like, yeah, they knew how to waste your time. In theory, there's a path between north and west, so you could take the door to west without breaking your king buff, which you need to pick up and turn in the quest. You could then take that route into west, go do all of west, then come back to north and just turn in. But no one's ever going to do that, because they don't want to sign up for 2 whole dungeon runs. Blizzard does not understand the mentality of players. They never did, they never will. That's why they're always so damn clueless. It's like, did they really think that people were going to do all of Blackrock depths in one fucking run? It's like, no. People usually go down the other way. Doesn't really matter, though. Maybe this path forces us to fight more of these trees. I don't know why it's not ideal to come this route. I don't think I've ever come down this side before. Look at all my buffs. Rip into this thing. Blizzard's always surprised to find out that players are doing something that they were given the ability to do. Well, why wouldn't they do that? Players are standing on top of buildings and sniping in town. We never imagined they would do that. Well, you didn't put anything in the game to stop them. Of course they're gonna do that. It's not hard to get up there. When you're up there, the guards don't see or don't shoot you. They just stand there and look at you. They evade bug. They weren't programmed to do anything about it. They actually have a ranged attack, but they wouldn't use it while you're on the roof. Exploiting is fine though if you give them more money. And multi-box. There's not very many multi-boxers on this realm though. I've seen some, but I think they all go to the PvP realms because they want to gang up on people. But multi-boxers are a cancer on this game. They're exploiting, cheating. That's the one good thing about the private servers. They would put a stop to that shit. If you were walking around with 5 of your own characters, just boxing a whole group, they would whack your whole group. Or they would ban every character behind the first one and say, you can keep this one, but you're losing the other 4 bots you've got following behind you. Blizzard, however, doesn't give a shit because you're paying a sub for each of those accounts. They're like, yeah, we want that money. They claim it has nothing to do with the money, but I mean, that's just insulting you to your face if you're that dumb. Because they don't allow you to do that on a single account. So I pointed out, well, if it's not about the money, then why can't we do that on a single account? No one's been able to answer that. They put a restriction there. You can only log in 1 character on 1 account at a time. So obviously, you're not meant to do that. So that means it's an exploit. You log in if you're boxing several accounts. You're bypassing a restriction meant to prevent you from doing that. That's called an exploit. The people on the forums don't seem to understand this or know what the word means. But Blizzard's fine with you doing that because it gets them more money. I thought about buying gold on here, which I'm not against. But if I don't waste money on gold that I don't need, or I mean waste gold on things that I don't need, I mean we're fine. Recklessness. Fuck this hound up. I put up recklessness, so I'm just creating everyone can swing. You got fucked. Get out of here with your little gremlins. Oh, there's a new sword. Let's see. Well, yeah, that's casters, so... Take a look at this for a minute. Let's see. Well, yeah, that's definitely not as good as my offhand. My main hand, it's... Well, I could use that when farming elementals, to be honest. It would be slightly better. But it'd mainly just be a sword to do that with. I want it anyway. Well, I guess I'll work my sword skill off that when I go back to farming elementals then, huh? But if you took the time to do that other quest in Silithus, on the part 2, he sends you in here to get one of these shards. You can actually pick the shards up in advance. You can pick them up now without the quest, but I'm not going to do it at all, so... We're not going to bother with that shit. Well, this would be an opportunity to work my sword skill at least. It's all the way back to 258. I'm not a miner on this character, so I'm not worried about the thorium veins. But the elementals that I farm for Hydra Rep would actually count towards that attack power. So... Let's See if my warrior can get into the library. The library. We have the key. Maximus is back to selling stuff. The tanking mace. It's for druids. Probably the best one they can get at 60. 250 armor, some defense. But you'd have to be a rogue or druid to get to the chest. I don't have any swift pots on me, so if we aggro, we're just gonna be fucked. Or don't go down there, that's the direction I want to go. Selling or giving? He's selling that shit, son. He's giving that away. Fine, as long as he doesn't turn around. Which technically we don't need this rail. As long as the dogs are not over here, we just walk past the ogres. Or technically hyenas. I'm running in here so I can dig this other quest and get it out of my inventory. As you can see, my inventory is a little stacked right now. One of the downsides of getting to max level is that there's just a ridiculous number of quests that just get drowned on you from every different zone. You've got dozens and dozens of quests at max level. It's not just in Classic, it's after this one. They should have removed the quest log limit after you got to 60. Or better yet, just not have it in the first place. Why is it necessary to have a limit in your quest log to begin with? It doesn't really become a problem though until you hit max level and you have all of these different quests that you want to do, but you've got 5 for this dungeon, 5 for that dungeon. You can't pick them all up. Skeletons over here. But when we go back to town, we'll be turning in 2 other quests anyway. Now I can turn in all 3 of them. 5 gold off that. But this one you have to do because it allows you to get the liberals. You can't turn in any of the liberals in the Dire Maul library until you do this quest. Because the guy for it won't talk to you. I've made that mistake before. And like 100 other mistakes. So far today, 568 gold is what I have made. Hunters can do that. I never bothered to solo Dire Maul North on my hunter. I'm sure I could have been able to. I just stuck to furbog farming. It was easy. Now, if I remember correctly, won't be able to get past here, so... I jumped the rail to get down, be able to get back up. If I had a swift pot, I could just try to cruise past, but I've actually got a bunch of those on my mage's bank, but I don't have any on this character sitting here, so... Alright, well, that concludes this episode. I should be able to get started on some strats afterwards. I think I'll save Scholomance for after. I would really like to start hitting up the strats, though. And we've got Upper Blackrock Spire. We've still got Dire Maul West and North. The main quests for those are actually in the dungeon, because there's a quest in North that sends you to West. There's a quest in West that you could do in there, and you just run back and turn it in. I made this tune just for that and soloing Devil Swords. I made 2 of mine for picking plants and gathering ore. Which technically I could have put on the same character. He just got fucked. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't revive. I could have put herbalism and mining on the same guy, I just had 1 aught, but the Goblin Engineer makes my sapper charges. And I have a second Alchemist. Which, given my disappointment with the chicken, I didn't really need 2 engineers. I could have just put Goblin on this guy and not had the other one. But it is what it is. I can't predict everything in advance. The last time I had the chicken, he casted the buff every time he was used. So the chicken was fantastic. Every time you used it, you got the 5-minute haste buff. Here, you have to use him like 5 to 10 times to get the haste buff once. So it's basically a worthless craft. It's still fun to have if you just want to deploy a combat chicken to laugh, but once you have better trinkets, he's not worth popping anymore. But anyway, that's it for this episode.